The question I need you to be asking yourself whenever you're thinking of going into catfish farming, don't be carried away by the beautiful videos that I post on Facebook every time. There's a lot that goes into farming. Some people only think of farming production. They don't think of how they are going to sell. If you are going to farm fish, be honest with yourself. If you are going into the business for profit, you want to do it as a business, you need to be asking yourself, who are my buyers? Who am I going to sell to? Once you know your buyers, then to produce is not the problem. You can always get a consultant to put you through. So if you know who to sell to, then you don't have any problem. Just go into production. But don't go and start producing fish without having who to sell to, because your money, your investment will get stuck and you won't be able to sell. Think of making proper market research so that you know your potential buyers before you venture into catfish farming. Now, when you are a farmer, especially a catfish farmer, you're already jack of all trades, because you will do a lot of things you're not expected to do. You will do plumbing, you will do electrician work, you will do digging and construction. Right now, what we are doing here, we've done a lot of work on the farm. We've done plumbing already. Now we are digging. We are reconstructing a pond. We just finished a cycle of catfish farming. After every cycle, we do proper maintenance of an earthen pond before we bring new set of fish. Now you see where I'm standing. I am standing inside the mud. These are mixture of undigested food, the sediment of foods, catfish poops that looks like mud mixed with sand. We are going to excavate this. So these are the part of the things we are doing in order to prepare for a new set of juveniles that we are going to be introducing into this pond. So what we are doing now, we are reconstructing the walls of this pond. We are reinforcing it, because when you farm fish in a pond, over time, the actions of the catfish makes the surrounding walls of the pond to cave in and it will collapse, and it is only right for us to reconstruct. And for us to reconstruct, we get empty Dangote cement bags, we put sand in it, we tie it up, and we arrange it. You see the way we arrange it neatly? That is bagging of pond. Now this thing that we are doing, this is our own crude way of maintaining our own pond, because we don't have money. For people that have money, they do casting, they cast the walls of their pond. But this way, we are only trying to spend little money. With little, we are achieving huge results. We don't want to break the bank before we achieve huge results. So what we are doing here, we've been bagging. We've used about 1,500 bags, about 125 dozens of empty cement bags. We put sand in it and we use it to reinforce the walls of this pond. This thing that you are seeing here can last for about 3 years with proper maintenance. If you don't expose it to direct rays of the sunlight, this bag can be inside your pond, because all of these bags are supposed to be submerged inside water. So submerging them, when only one weather condition is acting on the bag, especially when they are inside water, they will not go bad. They can last for about 3 years. When we want to do jobs like this on the farm, it is not my regular staffs that does this job. We hire people to come and do it. So it's on contract basis, because it is not every time, on every occasion, that we do this type of work. It only do this when we newly dig an earthen pond, because after an excavator digs, then the next thing is to bag the pond. Bagging is a whole different thing entirely. So you dig your pond, then you bag it. After bagging, they excavate the mud and then they put net over. So whenever I want to do this type of job, this Oga Francis, oh yeah, show your face. So whenever we want to do this type of job on the farm, this Oga is Oga Francis. I know you must have been seeing him in my videos. He's the one that takes these jobs. We do on contract basis, like he's Oga on his own. Me, I only call him to come and work on the farm when there is job that needs to be done. He has his own team of people, more than 30 people that works under him, that they do this job together. His service is available for you. I will share his contact with you. Mind you, he will charge you. This work, you need to pay people well. For me to do this type of pond, just budget your mind. I will not tell you how much I'm paying. Just budget your mind. You know, I said this pond is about 12 meters by 7 meters, and the depth is over 1.5 meters. Now, you just budget about 200,000 naira for bagging alone. That is workmanship. I've not talked about the money you use to buy bags. You will get bag on your own. So there are a lot of things that we are doing. For those that thinks when we are doing farming, farming is a poor man job. Please, we spend a lot of money in making sure we farm fish the proper way. So I'm just using this medium to introduce him. If you need his service, I am not into pond construction. I am not into pond bagging. I am a farmer that loves to farm fish on my own farm. So if you need any kind of service, I can only refer you to people that I know that can get the job done very well, especially when it comes to digging of pond. If you want to dig pond manually, you can still get people to dig it. But any day I will recommend the usage of an excavator. Then because of fatigue, you know, those are hard labors. Then the bagging aspect of it, also, they are professionals when it comes to bagging. So we are just done bagging our pond. So after this bagging now, they are going to excavate all these muds. Like I said, you see this mud, they are organic manures. This is what fertilizes the plantains that we planted on the dikes of this pond. They are a mixture of undigested food sediments mixed with catfish poops plus sand. That is why it's looking like this. By the time they throw it out and they pour it at the base of this our plantain, you will see the suckers of the plantain shooting out big. That is why I don't need to put any form of fertilizer. I use this as my organic fertilizer. Now, after the excavation of these muds, they now pour lime. Lime is for sterilization and treatment of the water. Then we do netting. When we do netting, we protect the ponds, then we allow water to flow in. This is the pipe that brings in water. Now, this pipe brings in water. Come and see. So when the level of the pond, when the level of this water rises, like this, it will rise, come like this. It will rise and get to this level. When it gets to this level, this pipe will discharge the water to the next available pond or to a drainage. Now, this pond, I said, is 7 meters in breadth. The length is 12 meters, and you can see the depth. The level of water will get here by the time they fill it up. If I stay there, it will even cover my head. So the pond is very deep. We've used this pond several times to raise 4 tons of catfish per cycle. That is, if you stock the pond with 4,000 pieces of catfish and you are able to feed them till they attain an average weight of 1 kg, this pond can hold it. Anything after that, the pond will not be big enough to contain them. Now, I talked about the capacity of this pond. I said this pond can produce 4 tons of catfish. If you have 1,000 pieces of juveniles and you take it to an average of 4 kg, or you have 4,000 pieces of juvenile and you take them to an average of 1 kg. Around here, 1 kg fish is about 3,004, 3,005. And now to produce 1 kg is roughly around 2,300 with the cost of feeding and everything. So look at the difference and look at the time frame. That will be your profit by the time you remove all your expenses and all that. So when we were digging this pond back then in the year 2022, we were hiring an excavator for just 200,000 a day. Then an excavator could dig about 3 of these ponds to within 8 hours of a work time in a day. But now, to hire an excavator is way more expensive than it used to be. But if you want to dig pond, I can link you up with people that does that. And when it comes to bagging, the man I introduced earlier can handle bagging for you. Now, we use an earthen pond. And this is the way we manage it without breaking the bank. We use an earthen pond because it is the closest thing to catfish natural habitat. Catfish thrives well. There is no need for us to be pumping in water because we do it in a waterlogged environment. Catfish farming is not a get-rich kind of scheme. It's actually for people who are looking up to God for what He has in stock for them. We are doing God's work. Thank you.